If you're buying your own malpractice insurance, you know firsthand how important it is to find a quality insurance policy without breaking the bank. And once you've secured your coverage for the first time, it's easy to just put things on autopilot and set it and forget it. But in today's episode, we're going to talk about how often you should be shopping around for malpractice insurance and why it's important that you do. And we're going to take it one step further, teaching you how to do so without making the carriers mad or getting a red flag on your file. There is a delicate balance between being a savvy consumer and an overly aggressive shopper. We're going to show you how to strike the perfect balance and give you the resources that you need to go to market so that you can feel confident that you have the best malpractice coverage at the best price. Stay tuned. Welcome to Malpractice Insights, the show dedicated to helping healthcare professionals understand medical malpractice insurance and providing you with the solutions you need so that you can get back to the work of practicing good medicine. My name is Jennifer Wiggins, CEO of Aegis Malpractice Solutions, and I'm so glad you joined us today. All right, let's jump in. It can be painful to shop around for malpractice insurance. There are so many carrier options, different types of policies, and unless you've been around the industry quite a bit, there's also a lot of confusing jargon that can make it hard for healthcare professionals to really know which option is right for them. So once you finally buy your malpractice policy, it's not uncommon to see providers put this insurance on the back burner and simply let their coverage renew year over year. But let's start today's conversation with a quick refresher of the 3 reasons why you should be regularly going to market for your malpractice insurance. The first reason why it's important for you to regularly shop around is due to market changes. The malpractice insurance industry is constantly changing. Carriers are always assessing their books by looking at the new business they've written, where they're losing business, and what kind of claim activity they're seeing, and how their investments are performing. Based on this information, they will tweak their underwriting guidelines every year to make sure they're writing profitable business. If a carrier finds that a certain class of business is no longer profitable for them, they may choose to either raise their rates or even stop writing that class of business altogether. So when your policy comes up for renewal each year, the underwriter will be assessing your individual risk along with looking at the overall performance of the market. Based on their underwriting review, your premium could then go up or down. Other changes in the malpractice industry involve new carriers entering the market, carriers exiting the market, and M&A activity, or mergers and acquisitions between carriers. All of this can have an impact on your coverage, whether it's the carrier's rates changing, their customer service, or their ability to defend claims. Because of all of this market movement, it's just wise for you to shop around periodically to ensure that you're still in a good spot. The second reason why it's smart for you to regularly shop around for your malpractice insurance is due to changes in your practice. Most providers are applying for malpractice insurance right before they get started working. And at that time, you'll have an idea of what you'll be doing, but as we all know, things change as a practice gets up and running and as a business begins to scale. The coverage that you have day one may not meet your needs in the future, so it's important that you're reassessing to ensure that you still have adequate coverage and that you're paying a fair rate. The third reason why it's important for you to regularly shop around is to keep the carriers honest. Most malpractice insurance carriers are not going to go out of their way to make sure that you're getting every credit and discount that you're eligible for. It's important that your agent is working on your behalf to get you set up with the right policy at the best possible price. But once your coverage is in place, it doesn't hurt to let the underwriter know that you're comparing options for renewal. When they know that a client is at risk, the underwriter will be a little more willing to find creative solutions and may be able to apply some discretionary credits to keep your business with them. While this isn't something you want to go overboard with, it is smart for you to reassess on occasion to ensure that you're still getting the best rates possible. Many malpractice insurance carriers use auto-renewal programs, which means if your policy hasn't had any losses or if the underwriter doesn't have any particular reason to review it, it will automatically renew with the same terms year over year. And while this is convenient to a certain extent, it also means that there's nobody really looking at it to see if anything has changed or if you might be eligible for any new discounts. We once worked with a doctor who had been with the same carrier for over 20 years, and after going to market for him just one time, we found that he had 30% in credit that he should have been receiving for many years. So now that we know why it's important for you to shop around, let's switch gears and talk about how to do it. We recommend that you shop for malpractice insurance every 3 years. At the 3-year mark, it's a good time to reassess your current policy. See what you like about it, what you don't like about it, what has changed in your practice, and take a quick look at the market to make sure you're still paying a fair rate. If you're not already working with an agent or broker, do your homework to find an agent that specializes in medical malpractice, has experience and knowledge in your state or region, and has access to the best carriers available. Your agent can then bring you quote options from competing carriers to give you the chance to review and determine if your current policy still fits your needs, or if you might want to make a switch. But while it's important that you do go to market regularly, please don't go overboard. There are some common pitfalls when it comes to shopping around that we want you to be aware of so that you're not sabotaging your efforts. So let's take a look at those next. First, you need to be aware that shopping too often and hopping from carrier to carrier can sometimes cause problems. Malpractice carriers keep a record of submissions, meaning they keep track of how often doctors reach out to them to request quotes. If an underwriter sees that you've asked for a quote every single year for the past 5 years, they aren't going to take you very seriously. It's like the boy who cried wolf. They don't know if you have a genuine interest in working with them or if you're just a constant shopper. The result of this is that you may not get the best possible rate, or the carriers may eventually just choose not to offer you any more quotes. Similarly, if you hop from carrier to carrier every year, it's going to look bad to the market, and you'll have a harder time finding a carrier that wants to work with you because you've commoditized your malpractice insurance. Second, remember that malpractice insurance is about much more than simply a piece of paper to get you credentialed. If you're only concerned with price and not about value, such as customer service, excellent defense, risk management education, and other important benefits to your medical practice, then you're being short-sighted. While it's important to make sure that you're not overpaying, it's equally important to ensure that you have a quality insurance policy and a solid company that will be there to protect you in the event that you're named in a malpractice claim. And third, you need to be aware that shopping around too much may affect your relationship with your broker. In fact, they may simply tell you no. Since your agent is the one representing you to the various carriers in the marketplace, they need to make sure that they're doing what's best for you, but they also need to make sure they're maintaining good standing with these carriers. The last thing an agent wants to do is to burn a bridge with a carrier because they frustrate the underwriters by shopping around way too much. It could result in them losing their appointment with that company and no longer being able to work with them in the future. So for your agent, they have to be very careful how they engage when it comes to shopping around on your behalf. It's a delicate balance between being proactive for their clients and going overboard and getting a really bad rap. A good agent will guide you and give you recommendations on when it's time to shop around and when it's time to stay put. If it's been a while since you've shopped around, we're here to help. Click the link in the description box below where you can connect with us via phone, email, or chat today. And if you're listening, please visit us online at aegismalpractice.com. That's AEGIS malpractice.com. And of course, if you haven't done so already, don't forget to give us a like and a follow. And I would really love your feedback if you could please leave me a review. Your support really does help us to reach more people, and we're so grateful for your clicks and your kind words. This is Jennifer Wiggins. Thanks for joining us.